I bow to all the seekers of truth. Yesterday, at the very outset, I told you that truth is what it is. If we have not found the truth, we should be humble and honest about it, because truth is for our benevolence. For the benevolence of our city, of our society, of our country, and of the whole universe. This is a very special time you are all born, where people have to get their self-realization. This is the resurrection time as described in the Bible. It's the time of Qiyamah as described by Muhammad Sahib. This is a very special time when Nala, as you know, Nala Damayanti Akhyan, Nala was faced with Kali. He got very angry with Kali and said that you have destroyed my family, you have destroyed my peace, and you put people into Brahm, into illusions. So I better kill you. He challenged Kali that you should be finished forever. Then Kali said, all right, let me tell you my Mahatmyam. Let me tell you why I should be there. If I convince you, then you can stop killing me. But if I do not, you can kill me. So he told that today all those who are seeking the truth, seeking their self-realization, Atma Sakshatkara, those who are going into Giri and Kandaras, into the mountains and in the valleys, searching God all over the world, these people will be born as ordinary householders during Kali Yuga. There will be Brahma, no doubt. People will be in Sab-Brahm. Illusion will be there. And a confusion will be there. That I will create, no doubt. But because of this confusion only, these simple householders will seek the truth. And that's why that is the time they will get their Atma Sakshatkara. It's lots of prophecies have been there in our Shastras about these times. But especially Bhrigu Muni in Nadi Granth has described about these times. If you tally them with the timing of today, it is exactly this time. After the death of Raghavendra Swami, this will happen, and that's what is happening now. For you people, it is very important to understand that Raghavendra Swami was in this area, and he did a lot of work. And now the time has come to complete his work. Also, Raman Maharshi. They didn't know how to explain, so they took to Maunas. People like Gyaneshwara at the age of 23 writing such wonderful things. Like Amrutanubhav is a book, I think the last word on spirituality. They had to get into samadhis at such a young age of 23 years. Because nobody tried to understand. So much of ritualism, so much of conditioning, so much of reading, that nobody wanted to know what they were talking. Everybody thought we know everything. And that's how this kind of a satisfaction that they had. Kabira has said, "Kaise samajhaun sab jagandha?" How am I to explain? The whole world is blind. But this is what we have to achieve in our evolution. This is what we have to jump into. To become the spirit is told by all the scriptures. Not only India, everywhere. If you take Tao, if you take Zen, if you go to the Jewish or to the Christian philosophies or to the Islamic, everywhere it is said that you have to become yourself. You have to have self-knowledge. Of course, anybody said like that, those people who are in charge of religion, at the helm of affairs, making money or creating power out of it, people using religion for power or money. They didn't like it, so they said they are heretics. This is blasphemy. They have no special knowledge. And that's how they have been punishing people, troubling people, torturing them. But the time has come now for all the seekers to get their self-realization, Atma Sakshatkara. Yesterday I told you how it works out through Kundalini awakening. About Kundalini, people have written all kinds of nonsensical things which is not true. I am your mother, I am going to tell you truth. I am not going to tell you something false. Even if you don't like it, let me tell you. Because this is for your benevolence, for your good, for your hita. So when the Kundalini rises, she passes through your different centers, which are subtle centers, and nourishes them, pierces through your fontanel bone area, and connects you to the all-pervading power about which we do not know. Then from your hands you feel vibrations which are called as Chaitanya Lahari. Adi Shankaracharya has called it Saundarya Lahari. Because you can judge the Saundarya with this. Beautifully he has described. But how much they tortured him? Think of it. Person like Adi Shankaracharya, I don't know what to say. The one who gave such secrets about the mother, such great descriptions. He was tortured for what? What wrong did he do that he should have been tortured? Now we have to stand up with the truth and must say that, Mother, we have to have the truth and nothing else. I told you yesterday that Atma is the reflection of God Almighty in our heart. In these days of scientific conditioning, this is a new type apart from the dharmic. Scientific conditioning in which every scientist thinks that he knows everything. They don't know anything, take it from. It's absurd. Now you have seen so many scientists coming up and telling you about Sahaja. They have accepted because they have experimented. I told them that Muladhara chakra, the first chakra, Muladhara, is made of carbon atoms because it is made of Prithvi Tattva. And if you photograph the carbon atom and make a model out of it, and then take photographs, say from left side, you will see the right side, and you will see actually Om written. If you see it from the right side on the left side, you will see a swastika. But if you see from down upward, you will see a cross. There is really, I must tell you, a doctor, Varlikar, he is a very famous doctor. He missed his prize in the Nobel Prize because perhaps he was an Indian. He is the one who experimented with 3-4 other Sahaja scientists, and they said it is so. It is so. There is such a little knowledge with these scientists because they are seeing things from outside. With Sahaja Yoga, you go from inside. And everybody says the same thing. Because now you see me standing here, wearing a white sari and a red border. Everybody knows, everybody feels. I don't have to tell you, you know it. You see it and you say this is so. But once you get your realization, whatever you feel on your hands is felt by everyone the same. Even if you take 10 children and tie up their eyes, ask them, what is this gentleman suffering from? They don't know if it's a lady or a gentleman, eyes are tied. They'll put, supposing, one finger like this. That means his Vishuddhi is bad. You ask the person, have you got throat trouble? How do you know? We know. Because this finger is Sri Krishna's finger. Sri Krishna's place. This is the throat trouble. It all relates. Mythology is not all absurd. 90% is absolutely what it was. Of course, there are some absurd things that have walked in. But 90% mythology, so-called mythology, is absolutely there. Now we go to temples, we think this is a temple going is very good and all that. But we don't know what we are doing, what we are praying, whom are we praying, what are these deities, how they work in ourselves, where do they reside within ourselves, what is their job, how to please them. We don't know anything, but you ask these foreigners, they know everything. First of all, they got fed up with Christianity. That's one thing. They just got fed up with all the nonsense they found out. Because very intelligent, you can see. And their conditioning was much less. And they started thinking, after all, we don't know why they do like this. Then they were just ready. At that time, we exported lots of fake gurus. Best export is the fake gurus. Thank God we are saved. We are poor, that's a blessing. So lots of fake gurus went there, made a lot of money. And here also we had lots of them. I mean, we are just good at it, creating lots of fake gurus. And they befooled people one after another, made a lot of money. It's all money oriented. In the beginning it was so difficult for me because they all used to come with big gusto to fight me because I said you can't take money in the name of God. That was too much. How can she say you cannot take money? But now it's better. One by one all of them got nicely exposed and more will be exposed. I don't have to tell you about them, they will be exposed one by one. If there is light, all darkness has to go and everything that is there has to be exposed. So everyone feels the same. There's no quarrel about it. Because the Spirit is the reflection of God Almighty, is one God who reflects Sadashiva. Sadashiva, who is a witness to the work of the primordial Mother Adi Shakti, is just witnessing the play, just witnessing. In you he is witnessing as Atma, but he doesn't come into your attention, he is there. And his attention is only limited because he has not to any way interfere with your freedom. So he keeps to himself, he is just watching. That is the auto. When we say autonomous nervous system, that is the auto, that's the Spirit. Now, is the reflection of one Sadashiva. Naturally, all the reflections have to be the same. Their effects have to be the same. Of course, before realization is the reflection on a stone, we can call it, or on a wall, or maybe on some sort of an opaque thing. After realization, you become reflectors, beautiful reflectors, and it reflects you. And everyone reflects the same thing. So the effect of Atma Sakshatkar is the same on every person. That first he starts feeling this cool breeze in his hands, then out of his fontanel bone area. All of them feel the same way. Then they start feeling these centers and finding out what's wrong. Also, all of them become thoughtlessly aware. First stage, which we call as Nirvichar Samadhi. Instantaneously it works. You may say, Mother, it's very difficult. How does it happen? People had to go to Himalayas. All right, doesn't matter. You don't have to. Those days are gone. After all, the civilization, this tree of civilization has grown so big, its roots have to be grown. Otherwise the whole civilization will be finished. And this is the knowledge of the roots. And that's why to know this knowledge, you have to become subtler, sukshma. This is only possible when the kundalini rises and pierces through your fontanel bone and makes you connected with the all-pervading power of God's love.